And she joins us now with a preview. Nancy Grace, thank you for being here. I want to start with the idea that one of the reports that we got is that when they went in to capture him, that he said, "Am I the only one that was arrested?" What do you make of that? And give us your analysis of this whole case and where we are today.
Well, that would suggest that there is an accomplice. I want to point out two things. This guy has got a master's degree in criminology. He's currently working on a PhD in criminal justice. Yet he drove the getaway car all the way and parked it outside of mommy's house? Are you kidding me? Another thing we know about this guy, he has been described as obsessively vegan, to the point that he made his parents get rid of their pots and pans. Oh no, the bake process in the dishwasher wasn't enough. They had to buy new pans that had never touched meat. What does that tell me? He is obsessive. He is fastidious. He's about 6 feet tall. He's socially awkward. He planned this whole thing out. Did you notice the charges? He didn't go in to steal. He didn't go in to rape anybody. He went into that home with the intent to kill. How long had he been watching these girls? And as we speak, Jason, they are tearing his Pullman apartment apart for any notes or writings, anything that can match him up to this murder, and I predict they will find it.
So the suspect here, I mean, the initial profile that came out, this is pretty close to the person that is the suspect at this point.
Yes, it is. From the get-go, we said a male between 25 and 38 to 40, a white male because people normally kill within their own race, single, which he is. As a matter of fact, there's no indicia of a girlfriend, an ex, a fiance, even a high school girlfriend hasn't been dug up yet. So is this guy an incel? What was his motivation? And let me remind everybody, the state doesn't even have to prove motivation. But I can tell you, take a look at this guy. Would it surprise you to see him, that face staring in your bathroom window? Because it would not surprise me. And this is a death penalty state. 4 bodies equals the death penalty.
Well, I hope that the parents have some degree of closure and something in their heart and their family members that they get some degree of closure.
Sir. There's no such thing as closure. This guy will probably end up with a life sentence unless a jury comes to their senses and gives him the death penalty. These families, and I know as being a victim of violent crime, you get a life sentence for the rest of your life, wondering what your loved one went through at the time of their death. It will never be over for them. There is no closure for these families.
No, it's a good point. I bet. Do you believe that there is or is not somebody else out there? The police chief was asked a direct question. He didn't exactly give a totally 100% conclusive answer to that.
You're so right, Jason. He totally dodged it. Forensically, it appears that there was only one type of weapon used. So what am I supposed to think? They handed the knife off to each other? No. But could someone have been a lookout? Did someone help plan it? Possibly. But in my mind, highly doubtful.
No murder weapon at this point. What's your take on that?
I think he got rid of the weapon. I think he studied long enough, getting his master's and soon his PhD in criminology, to know to get rid of the murder weapon. Hello. But still, I am confounded by the fact that he kept the car. Maybe he couldn't explain that away to mommy and daddy. And that car, as you heard a few minutes ago, is going to be a treasure trove. Look, it's practically impossible to clean blood out of a car. You can't get rid of DNA with bleach. You've got to use something like muriatic acid, such as Black Swan. He didn't do that. I guarantee you they're going to find something, some trace in that car, be it the front, the steering wheel, the ignition, the hatchback. There will be something in that car.
Yeah, it was December 7th that they put out that picture at 3:45 in the morning. That car's going by, but it obviously played a huge role in the evidence in trying to track this person down.
It really did. We long said, find the car. Our hopes were raised when a car similar to this was found in Oregon with a homeless person sleeping in it. That was not the car. This is the car. Now, we understand that they have matched him up to DNA at the crime scene. It can't just be any DNA, because that was a real party house. And is there anything wrong with that, having a good time? But DNA at critical locations, such as in both the bedrooms, on all the bodies or more than one body, possibly on the doorknob. Did he touch the doorknob of the downstairs girls that lived that night? It's not just DNA at the scene. It's DNA at critical locations in that scene that will now match up to him. Where did they get the matchup? Maybe like you heard earlier, genealogical DNA, or maybe they got his DNA from this 4-day stakeout we know that the cops have done. Did they see him throw out a pizza or a McDonald's coffee cup? We don't know, but they were watching him for a reason.
Nancy Grace, love your perspective. Appreciate your passion on this, and thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.